Today we're going to be testing this Sailun E-Range EV specific tire. Now this is a cost-effective tire solution. I will also test the premium brands later, but I wanted to start with this as a baseline to do a sound test going 50 miles per hour, a sound test going 70 miles per hour, an efficiency test going 70, and an efficiency test going 80 miles per hour. And I will be testing many tires down the line, but I wanted to start with this all-season Sailun tire. You can see that the tread wear rating is 600, meaning this is definitely a harder tire, and in about the 1,000 miles that I've put on this so far, I've noticed that it is a little bit harder, but overall has a solid ride quality to it. All right, and now for our sound test. This is gonna be 70 miles per hour on a freshly paved road. I will test this sound on the same strip of road, going the same speed, and then we will go to a 50 mile per hour zone and test that. So let's get up to 70. So it looks like right around 55 to 54 decibels is what we are getting going 70 miles per hour on a freshly paved highway. So now let's go to a 50 mile per hour zone and see what we get there. All right, 50 mile per hour speed test. So it's looking like 52 to 54 is what we're consistently getting there, and then it obviously spikes when you hit these manhole covers. So slightly lower, but now we have some sort of baseline for further testing in the future. I'll have this all charted out at the end of the video, that way you're able to kind of go through the data, and maybe I'll do a Google Drive at some point if the data becomes a lot, and I'll have that linked as well. Current battery temperature is 115 degrees. Current temperature outside is 72 degrees, and the tire pressure started at 42 PSI cold. So now we're gonna go ahead and complete our 3 runs and then take an average of those 3 runs on a 20-mile loop going 60 miles per hour. I have the car in chill mode, and I also turned the air conditioning totally off. The reason that I did that, it was just so there were no inconsistencies coming from energy being pulled from the air conditioning. So that's the reason that I did that, just to remove any possible inconsistencies. So your boy's gonna be in here struggling. We're gonna be cooking a little bit in here, but I got my water. Unfortunately, I can't afford a Stanley like my wife, so I'll be drinking out of this hydro flask. And that's that. All right, so again, got our battery temperature up to 113 degrees. I actually came back on a different day. There was too much traffic for me to consistently go 70. And also, I know that these tests are not perfect, but they are real world testing. It's not like I'm on a closed course for something you can't replicate. So it's actually kind of, in a way, better that I'm actually doing real world testing, because if there is a noticeable difference, that'll translate to something you will feel when driving your car. So this is the TestLogix app. This app is awesome. It has a lot of really cool features. I have a full video to it. I'll have linked down below, but temp 113 degrees. So we're gonna go out right now. It's 55 degrees. So it's a little cooler this morning. We'll do the 3 runs right now, and I'll be able to replicate this temperature more. Luckily in Phoenix, it's like the same temperature every day for a few weeks. Yeah, so the tires, same pressure. Let's go run these 3 tests, and then I'll show you the results. So the first run I did, you can see the results right here. We went 95% efficiency, and we used 5.24 kilowatt hours, and we averaged 252 watt hours per mile. Now, the other thing we need to look at is the watt hours per mile. So 1,000 divided by 252 equals 3.96, and then multiply that times 75, which is the battery pack. That equals 297.6 miles of range is what I would have gotten if I would have just gone straight away in these conditions on these tires at approximately 70 miles per hour. So again, we're gonna do 2 more runs, and we're gonna see what it averages out to be with 3 total runs. So here's what the sum of the 3 runs was. Run 1, 5.63 kilowatt hours used, 5.36 in run 2, and 5.38 in run 3. And then the average of the watt hours per mile was 264.6. So at 70 miles per hour with a 75 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is what I have in my Model Y, that will give us 283.4 miles of range if you're going 70 miles per hour and your air conditioning is off. So that's the results that we got there with the Sailun E-Range EV specific tire. So these tires cost about $250. I just checked the price at Big O Tires, which is where I had them installed. So these are almost saving $100 per tire compared to going with a premium tire of the same caliber, same size and everything like that. And they also have a 50,000 mile warranty on them. So that's a tread depth warranty, meaning if they wear prematurely, you can turn them in and get a prorated return on your tires. So that's how that works. You just have to be willing to go through that process. If I were to complain about anything with the tires, I would say they ride slightly firmer than maybe the Bridgestones that I was testing before. But again, that's a premium grade tire, so that costs a lot more. These have a 600 tread wear rating, whereas the Bridgestones were a softer rating. So like a 300 tread wear rating on the Michelins that I have, very soft and sticky tire that is meant for high performance. This is a firmer tire, so you should be able to get a lot more out of it, and that's why it has a 50,000 mile warranty. Tesla Nation keeps on growing. Is it raining? All right, so what happened here? We have the 80 mile per hour test that I promised at the beginning of the video. So the average of that was 6.55 kilowatt hours used on that 20 mile loop at an average of 318 watt hours per mile. Those efficiencies translate to 235.8 miles of range if you went 80 miles an hour until the battery was dead. So just by going from 70 to 80 miles per hour, you lose, good day, sir. You lose 47 miles of range by going 80 compared to going 70. 0 to 60 test that I ran, I did 2 runs there. Got a time of 4.22 seconds and 4.25 seconds on 0 to 60. So I have the acceleration boost on my Model Y. 4.2 seconds is what it says I should get. So on these tires and 19-inch wheel setup, that's what we got. So here we go, a final summary. And again, I will be testing, I have several other tires behind the camera there that we're gonna be testing here soon. I just wanted to start this as a baseline, and then we'll have references as we test more tires. So 0 to 60 test. Average was 4.23 seconds. Sound at 50 miles per hour, 52 to 54 decibels. Sound at 70 miles per hour, 54 to 55 decibels. 70 mile per hour range, 283.4 miles at 264.6 watt hours per mile. 80 mile per hour range, 235.8 miles at 318 watt hours per mile. And now if you want to see me test a non-EV specific, very cheap tire compared to a high-end EV specific tire, click this video right here. That's going to be one of the next ones I make to see if the extra cost is worth it. Goodbye. And the rowers keep on rowing.